Psalm 14, KJV. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. 1. The fool hath said in his heart, There is no God. They are corrupt, they have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good. 2. The Lord looked down from heaven upon the children of men, to see if there were any that did understand, and seek God. 3. They are all gone aside, they are all together become filthy. There is none that doeth good, no, not one. 4. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? Who eat up my people as they eat bread, and call not upon the Lord. 5. There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. 6. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. 7. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. When the Lord bringeth back the captivity of his people, Jacob shall rejoice, and Israel shall be glad. Detailed analysis of Psalm 14. Verse 1. The fool hath said in his heart, There is no God. This doesn't refer to someone lacking intelligence, but to someone who deliberately chooses to reject God, morally, spiritually, and intellectually. Fool in Hebrew, Nabal, is a person who lives without reverence, without accountability, and without fear of divine truth. They are corrupt, they have done abominable works. When God is removed from one's worldview, moral collapse follows. Abominable refers to disgusting, depraved acts, the fruit of a godless root. There is none that doeth good. A powerful and sweeping statement. Not only are individuals fallen, but humanity as a whole is spiritually broken. Paul quotes this verse in Romans 3 to declare the universal need for salvation. None are righteous on their own. Verse 2. The Lord looked down from heaven. Like in Genesis 6 before the flood, God examines humanity, not with curiosity, but with holy judgment. He's searching not just for belief, but for understanding and pursuit of him. Verse 3. They are all gone aside. There is none that doeth good. This is the final diagnosis. A universal turning away from God. Filthy means morally decayed, corrupted. David is expressing the complete moral failure of mankind when left to itself. Verse 4. Have all the workers of iniquity no knowledge? David is almost shocked here. How can people act with such violence and pride? Who eat up my people as they eat bread? This is a picture of cruelty without conscience. Just as someone eats without thinking, the wicked consume the weak, God's people, without hesitation or remorse. Verse 5. There were they in great fear, for God is in the generation of the righteous. Even if the wicked act fearlessly, fear will come upon them, because deep down they cannot escape the presence of God. The generation of the righteous refers to those who live by faith and obedience, and God is among them. Verse 6. Ye have shamed the counsel of the poor, because the Lord is his refuge. The wicked mock the humble, the poor in spirit, because their hope is in God. But that's exactly why they're safe. God is their protector, even if the world calls them fools for trusting him. Verse 7. Oh, that the salvation of Israel were come out of Zion. David ends with a longing for redemption. He looks forward to the day when God will restore his people and bring joy to Jacob, the man, and Israel, the nation. Prophetically, this looks forward to Messiah, the true salvation coming from Zion. Summary of Psalm 14. Psalm 14 paints a clear picture. When humanity rejects God, corruption follows. But God sees, God knows, and he sides with the humble and righteous who seek him. It reveals the depth of human sin without God, the blindness of the wicked, the protection of the righteous, the hope of salvation and restoration through the Lord. This psalm humbles us, but also reminds us, God has not forgotten his people. He sees both the evil and the faithful, and he will act. Now let's continue with Psalm 15. Psalm 15, KJV, a psalm of David. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? 2. He that walketh uprightly, and worketh righteousness, and speaketh the truth in his heart. 3. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. 4. In whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoreth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt, and changeth not. 5. He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. Detailed analysis of Psalm 15. Verse 1. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? Who shall dwell in thy holy hill? This is a soul-searching question. David is asking, who can live close to God? Who is worthy to dwell in his presence? The tabernacle was the place of worship, the dwelling of God's glory, and the holy hill refers to Mount Zion, symbolic of God's sacred presence. David is not asking who can visit occasionally, but who can abide, live, dwell permanently with God. Verse 2. He that walketh uprightly. The answer begins. God is close to those who live with integrity, whose actions match their words, and whose heart. Notice, this isn't about perfect performance, but about genuine obedience and sincerity. And speaketh the truth in his heart. Not just outward truth, but internal honesty. This is about having a clean conscience and motives that match your mouth. Verse 3. He that backbiteth not, nor doeth evil to his neighbor. God watches how we speak and how we treat others. Gossip, slander, revenge, all of it disqualifies intimacy with God. Holiness isn't just about ritual purity, it's about relational righteousness. Verse 4. In whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoreth them that fear the Lord. This is about moral discernment. The righteous don't admire the wicked. They don't celebrate fame, wealth, or power if it comes with corruption. Instead, they honor the humble, those who truly fear the Lord. He that sweareth to his own hurt, and changeth not. This is radical integrity. A godly person keeps their promises, even when it costs them. In a world of shifting words, God's people remain unchangeable in truth. Verse 5. He that putteth not out his money to usury. Usury is excessive interest, exploiting the poor through lending. The righteous do not make profit from someone else's pain, nor taketh reward against the innocent. They don't accept bribes. They can't be bought. They stand for justice, even when it's inconvenient. He that doeth these things shall never be moved. The reward of this character? Stability. Those who live this way are anchored in storms, in trial, in temptation. They stand firm because their lives are built on God's standards, not shifting values. Summary of Psalm 15. Psalm 15 shows us what it means to live near God. It's not about religious rituals. It's about moral integrity, truthfulness, compassion, and honoring God in every relationship. The psalm gives us a portrait of the righteous person, someone honest in heart and action, kind in speech, fair in judgment, loyal in promise, generous and uncorrupted. It calls us to examine ourselves, not to earn God's presence, but to honor the holiness of the one who invites us near.